All right, I picked up my spoon again. I am stirring what I do best.
Yes.
And in case they missed the first cooking segment, we're making two different things, a sweet and a salty, great for Christmas parties. And we started our cheese Crispies in the first one. So just to recap real quick, Lucy, what did we do?
Okay, we started with 2 sticks of butter that was softened, and then we added some flour, and then we seasoned it up with some cayenne, salt, garlic powder, and dill. And then we put in our cheddar cheese and our Parmesan cheese. We got all that mixed together, and then the last thing we did was added 2 cups of our Rice Krispies cereal. And then we have some of those baking now in the oven. You can make them any size you want. I use just about a teaspoonful, or you could, make them bigger. And they'll cook at 350 for, about 10 to 12 minutes, again, just depending on the size. Yeah. So now we are working on our pralines.
Yes, and I'm stirring the butter, which is very important.
It is. You're doing a great job. So that's half a stick of butter, and I'm going to add in 1 cup of brown sugar.
All right.
1 cup of regular sugar.
Okay.
This is half a cup of evaporated milk. And I have an 1/8 teaspoon of salt here. And we just have that over medium heat right now. So you're just going to stir it. And as you can see, that sugar is starting to dissolve.
And you were talking with one of our directors in the commercial break, and you were telling him about pralines because he was wondering if they're as temperamental as things like divinity. And you said in your experience, you haven't seen that.
I haven't. I made a batch of them this morning, and it's rainy, wet outside, and they set up just fine. So it's an awesome question. And what Claude was mentioning is, yes, divinity or macaroons, anything like that with the beaten egg whites are very temperamental. So hopefully everyone's pralines will set up just right. A lady at work, okay, now that that's done, I'm just going to crank the heat up to high. A lady at work, Miss Patty, she's such a sweetheart. She has made my pralines about 1,000,000 times, and they always turn out just right for her. So this recipe is really simple. Claude was also asking, one of the producers was asking if I use a candy thermometer for this, and I don't. I just use the eyeball method, and it is very simple. So now that we have it dissolved like this, I just turn the heat up to high. So very quickly it's going to start boiling. As soon as it starts boiling, we're just gonna leave it alone, and it's gonna boil for 2 minutes.
Okay. Do I need to start leaving it alone? Because I'll stir. Since I'm so good at it, I'll stir and I'll just keep going.
That's all right. It won't hurt anything. But stirring will come in later too. So as you can see, it's going to start to bubble. So as soon as it comes up to a roiling, is that a word? Roaring.
Sure, roaring. You just mix a couple together. I do that. Hey, I have done that a time or two in my day. So that is just fine. We all know what you meant. Roaring.
A roaring bubble. We're going to let it go for 2 minutes, and then we're going to remove it from the heat. And we're going to add in 1 bag, which is 1 1/4 cup of pecans. I just bought the ones that are chopped up, but some people like to use whole. I mean, whatever you want to use. And then we're also going to add half a teaspoon of vanilla. And at that point, we're going to stir it, for about 30 seconds to a minute, just to make sure that everything's combined, and you'll see that it's going to lose a little bit of the gloss. So you'll see it's going to be really shiny. So once it's like this, it's probably been about 30 seconds now. So we'll just let it go for a little bit longer, and then we'll put in our pecans and vanilla.
And keep in mind, if you want to make this for your upcoming Christmas party, holiday work party, anything like that, you can always do the grocery pickup. Print out the list online on the Greer's website or on the Foxton website and put in your order, and then you can pick it up. No big deal at all.
Yep, Greers.com/shop. It'll give you all of the curbside pickup options and also delivery.
All right, we're going to finish these two up in the last segment. Be sure to stay with us.